Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So imagine this, a packed night at the Greek Theater in Los Angeles, the crowd buzzing with anticipation, and then Mac DeMarco walks out on stage to kick off one of his biggest tours ever. That's exactly what went down recently, and it was more than just another concert. It was the beginning of a massive world tour that's set to stretch across North America and Europe, with fans from every corner of the globe lining up to see him. From brand new tracks to old fan favorites, the night was nothing short of unforgettable, and we're breaking it all down for you right here. Let's start with the big picture. Mac DeMarco has been a consistent figure in indie rock for over a decade, and 2025 is proving to be another milestone year for him. Just days before the tour kicked off, he released his 6th studio album, Guitar. This record is a stripped-down, raw, and heartfelt project that really captures where Mac is in life right now. Reflective, yet still playful in his own way. The album adds another layer to his already diverse catalog, and it's no surprise that fans were eager to hear how these new songs would translate live. The Greek Theater in Los Angeles, with its open-air setup and rich history, was the perfect venue to launch this journey. The energy in the crowd was electric even before the first note. Fans of all ages filled the seats, from those who discovered him back in the rock and roll nightclub days to new listeners who just stumbled onto his music through streaming. The atmosphere was relaxed yet buzzing, very much in line with Mac's laid-back but captivating stage presence. It felt less like a formal concert and more like an intimate hangout with thousands of friends. When Mac hit the stage, he wasted no time diving into a career-spanning setlist. He pulled tracks from nearly every corner of his discography, and fans were quick to sing along to each and every one. What made the night extra special was the balance he struck between old and new. He gave longtime fans the nostalgia they craved, while also highlighting his latest work, reminding everyone that he's still pushing forward creatively. The setlist itself was impressive, not just in size, but in how thoughtfully it was arranged. Of the 23 songs he played, 8 came from guitar, which is no small chunk. Tracks like Shining, Holy, and Phantom stood out, showcasing a more vulnerable side of Mac. But what really surprised the crowd was when he performed a few B-sides from the album, including Rock and Roll, which fans didn't expect to hear this early in the tour. These moments gave the night a sense of exclusivity, like the audience was getting a first glimpse into the deeper corners of his new era. Of course, Mac didn't forget about the songs that made him a household name in indie circles. Classics like Heart to Heart from Here Comes the Cowboy and Salad Days brought the loudest cheers of the night. And when he launched into Freaking Out the Neighborhood from 2, the energy level skyrocketed. It's clear that these tracks still hold a special place in fans' hearts, and Mac seemed to feed off that enthusiasm, delivering them with the same charm that made them favorites in the first place. What made the concert even more interesting was his willingness to explore lesser-known corners of his catalog. He threw in songs from This Old Dog and even touched on material from his massive demo collection, One Wayne G, which was released in 2023. For the die-hard fans, these deeper cuts were a real treat. It felt like Mac was saying, "Hey, I see you, the ones who've been with me through all the experimental phases." It's rare for artists to blend mainstream crowd pleasers with deep cuts so seamlessly, but he pulled it off. One thing that stood out throughout the night was Mac's stage presence. He's known for his goofy, relaxed demeanor, but this show had moments of surprising sincerity. Between songs, he shared bits of humor, anecdotes, and even some reflective thoughts about his journey so far. It created a strong connection with the audience, reminding everyone that beyond the music, it's his personality that keeps people coming back. He strikes that unique balance between entertainer and storyteller. The production of the show was simple but effective. Unlike artists who rely on flashy visuals or pyrotechnics, Mac let the music do the talking. The stage lighting set the mood perfectly, shifting from warm hues during his ballads to brighter tones for his upbeat tracks. This stripped-down approach matched his overall style, raw, authentic, and without unnecessary distractions. It kept the focus exactly where it belonged, on the songs and the energy of the performance. For those wondering about the flow of the setlist, Mac really thought it through. He opened with songs that set an intimate tone before ramping up to the bigger hits mid-show, then closed with a mix of heartfelt tracks and crowd favorites. This pacing gave the night a natural rhythm, keeping fans engaged from start to finish. The encore felt especially rewarding, as he came back to play one final round of songs that left the audience buzzing long after the lights came up. But this was only night 1 of 3 at the Greek Theater. That means fans in Los Angeles are getting multiple chances to experience the magic before Mac takes the tour across the country. After wrapping up his West Coast run, he'll be heading east with stops in cities like Philadelphia, Baltimore, and New York City. The 2-night stretch at Radio City Music Hall is already shaping up to be a highlight of the North American leg, offering a completely different but equally iconic backdrop compared to the Greek. Once the North American shows wrap up in late October, Mac won't be slowing down. He's taking the tour overseas, with scheduled stops in Amsterdam, Paris, Oslo, and Berlin. Each of these cities has its own unique music culture, and it'll be fascinating to see how international audiences respond to the new material from Guitar. Given his global fan base, these shows are bound to be just as packed and energetic as the US dates, continuing the wave of momentum he's riding right now. So what's the takeaway from night 1 of Mac DeMarco's world tour? It's that he's an artist who knows how to honor his past while embracing his present. He gave fans a full-spectrum performance, nostalgia, new discoveries, humor, and raw emotion all rolled into one. If this first show is any indication, the rest of the tour is going to be a memorable ride for both Mac and his fans. Whether you're planning to catch him in the US or abroad, one thing's clear. Mac DeMarco is still very much in his prime, and he's inviting the world to come along for the journey.